Did you know that when the people who wrote the United States Constitution first talked about presidential terms, they actually thought about making them 7 years long? Let's explore how America ended up with 4-year presidential terms instead. After the American Revolution, the leaders of the new country needed to decide how their president would be chosen. They gathered in Philadelphia in 1787 for the Constitutional Convention. At first, some leaders thought it would be best for the president to stay in office for 7 years. They believed that a longer term would let the president make big decisions without worrying too much about re-election. This idea also included not allowing presidents to run for another term. They could serve only one 7-year term. This was called a single lengthy term. But not everyone agreed. Other leaders worried that a president who stayed in power for 7 years might become too powerful. Also, what if the people wanted to keep a great leader in office? Some argued that 4-year terms were better because it would let the president serve more than once if the people wanted him to. Plus, 4 years was just long enough for a president to try out their ideas, but not so long that people couldn't choose a new leader soon if they wished. The delegates debated and even changed their minds several times. In fact, at one point, a 7-year term with almost unlimited power was agreed upon, but later some delegates thought about shorter 3-year terms, while others argued for 6. It was a big decision, and not everyone agreed. At last, the writers of the Constitution made a compromise. They chose a 4-year term and allowed presidents to be re-elected repeatedly. At the time, there were no limits on how many times a president could serve. To fill this 4-year job, they also created a special system called the Electoral College, where electors from each state would pick the president. Why 4 years? For one, it matched the other important national jobs. For example, members of the House of Representatives served for 2 years and senators for 6 years. 4 years was right in the middle. The writers thought this would help balance power and keep things moving smoothly. Over the years, most presidents served 4 or 8 years, depending on if they were re-elected. Only Franklin D. Roosevelt served more than 8. After his time, a new law called the 22nd Amendment limited presidents to 2 4-year terms. Today, the 4-year term is a key part of how the United States government works. Every 4 years, Americans get to decide if they want a new leader or if the same president should continue. If the founders had picked 7 years, things might have been very different. So, the next time you hear about a presidential election, remember, 4-year terms started as a big debate, with some leaders wanting 7 years. But through lots of talking and compromising, they chose 4, the perfect length to balance new ideas with stable leadership. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe.